station in New Jersey. Reports say 3 people have died, more than 100 people have been injured. CBS New York reported that the transit train had struck a wall after entering the station in Hoboken during the morning rush hour. Footage shows extensive damage to both the train and the station. Eugene Suchkov was on the train behind the one that crashed. Joins us now. Hello to you. Tell us what you saw.
Yeah, hello. So my train arrived just like a few minutes after the accident. So I think I was the first train that arrived after the accident. And yeah, we saw the rooftop of the platform was down. Well, I didn't notice the train the first, but yeah, later I got it. And yeah, this was like really scary. I didn't see any victims, only like a crowd, and the staff was like showing us a way to get from the site. Well, later I saw the emergency trucks, emergency cars, and I think I've seen an injured person. I mean, people were scared, and I mean, this was scary, and yeah, really bad.
Okay, thanks very much indeed. Thanks a lot for updating us. Do take care of yourself. Thank you. Hannah Thomas-Peter is standing by for us, our reporter at the scene. Hello to you, Hannah. Emergency services still at the scene?
Yes, that's right. A massive response now. This has been declared a major incident, and multiple command units being set up by the Fire Department of New Jersey and the New Jersey Police, and the Coast Guard coming in because this train station is on the water to help as well. Reports of up to 100 people injured, some of them critically, and also reports of possibly up to 3 people dead in what sounds like a very scary and serious accident. Eyewitnesses just describing to me the moment where the train, they said, simply didn't slow down. The train station became the brake, they said. The train smashed into a large set of metal barricades meant to be as a kind of buffer, and a large portion of the ceiling of Hoboken train station came down on top of the train. Eyewitnesses described screams and groans and hundreds of people flooding out of the station, many with serious injuries. One woman just said that she lives just around the corner and ran to the entrance when her husband called to say, I'm okay, because he was about to get on a train. And when she arrived, she said there were walking injured running out of the train station, and she said there was just so much blood. She described really very serious lacerations to victims as they ran, because at that point, as somebody else described to me, there was a real fear inside that station that this was a terror attack. Now, there is absolutely no suggestion that that is what happened. This appears at the moment to just be an awful accident. But the scenes that are being described by eyewitnesses who are coming out and talking to press now are awful. And because of the severity of the crash and apparently the speed of the crash, apparently the train just simply did not slow down until it smashed into those metal barricades. That is why we're getting reports of such high numbers of injured people.
Stand by if you would, please, Hannah, because we have heard from someone else who was on the train.
I don't remember any screeching. Again, there could have been, but in that moment when you're trying to help injured people, or like when we felt the train slamming or sliding into the station, we weren't necessarily, we just wanted to make sure that everyone that we could help was standing on their feet, or that we could get them out of harm's way. As I said, the second car kind of like jumped a little bit onto the first, like where we were standing, so it kind of like crushed that little center where people would be normally standing, and threw them into where we were.
Hannah's still with us. Looking at these images, Hannah, it's a mass of mangled wreckage, and as you were saying, the train, according to eyewitnesses, just didn't slow down.
No, and added into the difficulty of all of this, because it's a commuter train, people take it every day. By habit, apparently lots of people stood up inside the train because they were waiting for it to slow down, stop, and then they could carry on with their commute. This is the main kind of staging commuter hub on the west side of Manhattan. We're just a few minutes over the river from downtown Manhattan on the west side. So everybody, or a large number of passengers, would have been standing in anticipation of the train slowing down as it normally did. The extra problem is that this happened at about 8:30 in the morning, which is peak commuter time. I know those trains, they are standing room only, so there would have been plenty of people standing anyway, and on top of that, hundreds of people packed onto the platforms waiting for other trains. It could not have happened at a worse time, which is why this has become such a serious incident, because presumably, looking at those pictures, the mangled wreckage, the ceiling coming down, potentially one of the carriages jumping off the tracks, although it's not quite clear whether that has happened yet. There may well be people still trapped in there. It didn't happen very long ago. So there are now hundreds and hundreds of emergency personnel converging on Hoboken train station to try and help those who presumably are still inside.
OK. Hannah, for now, thank you. In other news, police investigating a series